being the leader in my community where I'm at. So I thank my father for everything he did. I thank the fathers around me that raised me, the coaches, the teachers, everybody that was involved with getting me through because it was a journey for me. I knew I was a handful. I apologize for all the gray hairs that I caused, but I'm 1000% sure that's why the athletes that I deal with now are giving me so many gray hairs for the ones that I did for the ones that came before me. So just be there for them, Father's
Welcome
Day.
to the We Got Problems podcast with co-hosts Curtis G. Martin, Rhonda L. Brown, and Caliph Johnson Sr. The one and only podcast where solutions get discussed to our community's everyday troubles. Each week, you will hear mind-blowing conversations and actionable tips and strategies that you can implement in your daily life to become more effective. We got problems and we got solutions.
All right, you guys, welcome to the show. This is We Got Problems, the podcast. I'm Curtis G. Martin here with my co-host, Rhonda L. Brown.
Hey, everybody.
Caliph Johnson Sr.
Peace, y'all. How y'all doing?
And Lashika Phillips.
Hello, everybody.
And today's topic, you guys, we just wanted to get together and tell everybody Happy Father's Day. And we're just going to go with a Father's Day message. And we're going to start with you, Caliph.
Okay, first and foremost, thank you for all the fathers that we have out there actually still being fathers and involved in their families' lives. It's so important to be there and be present in helping the development of the lives that you create. Nothing more nothing's more important than the relationship that a young man or a young lady has with their father. The mother's relationship is the nurturing one, but the guidance from a father is really what pushed me to get to being the leader in my community where I'm at. So I thank my father for everything he did. I thank the fathers around me that raised me, the coaches, the teachers, everybody that was involved with getting me through because it was a journey for me. I knew I was a handful. I apologize for all the gray hairs that I caused, but I'm 1000% sure that's why the athletes that I deal with now are giving me so many gray hairs for the ones that I did for the ones that came before me. So just be there for them, fathers, and to the top of the world to y'all on y'all day.
All right, cool. Appreciate it, Caliph. Let's go with you, Rhonda.
All right. First of all, happy Father's Day to everybody, all the fathers out there. Um, I guess my Father's Day message would be forgiveness. Um, Mine was not the best, and I grew up most of my life literally hating him. But once I started on my own journey of who I am, what I want to be in this world. And I started thinking and realizing he was on his journey. Like he might not have made the decisions that I would have made, but they were his decisions. He had to live with them. He had a reason for doing what he did, whether I agree with it or not. So I had to choose to forgive him and give him grace. Like everybody's on their own journey. Like, yes, we will make mistakes, but we'll also grow from them, hopefully. So I would just say forgiveness. If y'all are out there, you beefing with your dad, find a way to get through it.
Yeah, that forgiveness will actually heal you and open up so you can prosper in life. So appreciate that, Rhonda. And I'm gonna go with mine. I'm gonna say Happy Father's Day to everybody out there that's being a mentor or a father to either their own kids or a kid in the neighborhood. You guys make sure, like Rhonda said, forgiveness. If you guys going through something with your father, be there for your father when he needs you. I had a family friend that was my father's best friend. He called me out of the blue and he told me, man, you might want to go see your dad. And I was like, I called him back. He sent a message. I called him back. He said, hey, he's in the hospital. You might want to go see him. And when he said that, I just knew it had to be something serious. Called my sister, told her for about a week straight. I would call her at night or she would call me, what you doing? I'm like, nothing, just thinking about daddy. Like, wow. And she said, you want to go? I was going to ask you the same thing. So we booked flights right then and there and went down there. Once we showed up, I walked in, just said, "Hey, Daddy," and he knew it was me. Right, like hadn't spoke to me in years, but knew it was me. Um, he got really excited, and my sister said, "Hey, Daddy." Hadn't seen she don't remember him. He left when I was 7. She was an infant, right? She said, "Hey, Daddy," and he automatically knew it was her, and he's jumped up trying to take the tubes and take all the IVs out of his body, right? And they finally got him to calm down. We sat there. I ended up shaving him because he needed a shave. They said he wouldn't let nobody shave him, right? So he let me shave him. And then people that were coming to see him start telling us stories about his life that we didn't know about, right? And he bragged on us every moment he got. Every chance he got, he told a story about us. And that me hearing those stories was closure for me for him not being there, because he still was proud of me. And my sister made it her goal to be successful so he can kind of see what he missed out on being a part of. And all of that we wanted to show him went away that day. And the forgiveness that Rhonda talked about kicked in. And we sat there and enjoyed him for about a week. We left and came home. He passed away like 2 days later. So you guys, you never know when somebody gonna go. Have forgiveness. Fathers, be there for your kids, and for you fathers that's there already, keep up the good work. Happy Father's Day. And we'll end it off with you, Lashika.
Wow, it's such a beautiful story. Like in the way you told it, I'm like holding back tears. Like that was such a beautiful story. I had no idea where that was going. Um, wow. So yes, for all of the fathers, all of the father likes, even the granddads, the papas, the uncle so and so's, the coaches, the teachers. Like happy Father's Day. Thank you so much for bringing your energy, helping us, helping the community, the little ones, and even the older ones around you. Much love to our elders, like much respect and love to you as well. I think my Father's Day message is it would be to everybody else besides fathers. Actually, I think that's what my message is. My message is for people who are not fathers. And I think what is important for me, and I have a very brief story to share, and that's when there is a man or a father like figure that wants to step in, that wants to support or bring some type of impact, no matter how we would want to weigh or label it as big, good, whatever. I think wherever there is an opportunity for a father like, for a man, for a brother like to step in and bring impact to a child's life, let them. It may not make sense, but I think when a man stands up to say, I want to do this, give them the space and the opportunity to do that. Because I don't know, just thinking about um, what history has shown us in the past, how men, specifically in our community, how men have been treated, right? I mean, we can go all the way back in history, and I won't do that. I'm just going to tell my quick story why I say that. So, telling my age. Well, I'm not gonna tell my age. It doesn't really matter. So when my mother wanted a boy, and she had already had a name picked out. My name was gonna be Michael. Everybody knew that. That was my name. But she ended up with a girl. Hello, ta-da, that's me. And so she did not want a girl. She was not happy for that. But my father was like over the moon. And he's like, oh my gosh, let me name her. And my mom was like, go ahead. Like, you can name her. And so he has a favorite niece or favorite cousin, and her name was Lakeisha. And he says, how can I be creative here? How can I really be creative? And so he spent some time and figured it out. We're gonna name her Lashika, but we're gonna spell it different, right? We're just gonna be different. And so he spelled it the way that you see here on the screen, Lacheka. And so fast forward to, I think I was maybe in my 20s, and I discovered that my name means to laugh in Swahili. Then I later, when I used to do a lot of motivational speaking engagements, I later found out that my name means Queen of Many in like an Kemet, Old Kemet, ancient Kemet language. But I will never forget when I was doing some research on, and I don't know why I was researching Czechoslovakia. I have no idea why. But then that's when I discovered that my name also means secret police in Czech, right? And so here I am today where my father he's made his transition. So he's not with me, like in physical form. But I just think that even though it may have seemed like he was just having fun, he was young, that has made such an impact in my life, positive and negative. Like I remember being teased as a kid by teachers because of my name. And this was pre-Google, and just go with me now. And I remember coming home and saying, Daddy, why did you name me that? And he's like, oh, baby girl, your name means unique in Latin. I was like, oh, okay. My name means unique in Latin. Okay, cool. So of course I get to high school. The first class I signed up to take, Latin class, because my name means unique in Latin. So I go and she's like, everybody wants to introduce themselves. Raise your hand. Of course I'm first. Me, I want to go first. It's like, hi, my name is Lashika and it means unique in Latin. And she busts out laughing. She said, sweetheart, your name is unique in any language, but it doesn't mean anything. So I get on the phone, I call my dad, and I'm like, Daddy, this lady told me my name doesn't mean unique in Latin. He's like, baby girl, she doesn't know what she's talking about. And I believed him. Like, okay, cool, it's fine. And then again, like I said, fast forward to today, even though I feel like he missed out on that opportunity to hear these other meanings, like again, that decision to allow him to do that for me has really impacted my life. And so to all of you who are not fathers, when there is an opportunity for a man to step in to provide resources to help make a decision, like please let them, because it can really be impactful in a lot of different ways. So that's my message.
Mm-hmm. And before we wrap, I do want to piggyback off of that, because one more thing, and like I said, I can give you real life experiences when we get them. I had a real complex situation where sometimes men, we have to step up and be men. It was a complex situation. I call it complex because two athletes got into it. And however the situation played out, one of the fathers came and spoke to the other young man, and the conversation went to the point where the young man didn't like it, and he called his father. So both of these young men were represented by men. So the men went to speak. We got to put our egos down. We got to put that testosterone down to teach the young men the right way. It almost went really bad. Luckily, the women, great mothers, got involved and they tried to make the proper phone calls. But men, we have to put our egos down, because it could have went so much worse. And we get in such situations that we're not breathing and we're not taking the time to put our egos aside and think about the greater picture. Respect goes a long way, and we can do a lot with it. We can do a lot more with respect than we can do with ego. And I'll leave it on that.
All right, so we're gonna close out, you guys. To all the fathers out there, for all the amazing work you guys do, that sometimes you don't get the credit. We just like to say Happy Father's Day, because in our community we have problems, but we also have solutions. And we out. All right, we knocked that one out.
That was good.
I'm not changing for the next one. I put on black, and you can only see the strap, so I might sit up a little bit so you can see a little bit more of it on the next one, but I'm not changing.
I go grab another shirt.
All right, I'm going to the next one.
The next one is, I think, is mine, about from Jim Crow to
We got problems and we got solutions. Thank you for listening. To stay connected with us, like, share, and subscribe to the We Got Problems podcast. You can find us on social media platforms at Curtis Martin 247, at Rhonda Wrights Official, and at the_trash_vegan_.